Telltale's The Walking Dead has got to be one of my favorite video game series of all time. I mean, there is no gaming series quite like it. What with the selection of being able to choose different dialogue throughout the series' entirety really is what diversifies this game from many others. Here are my favorite Walking Dead games from worst to best. Number 4, Walking Dead 2. A lot of people might disagree with me about this one, but look, I just gotta state the facts. Compared to the other games, I just don't like this one. I don't like the story, I don't like the characters, I don't like any of these people. None of these people make me feel that emotionally invested, and maybe it's because it's just too many people at once. I understand the whole concept of the story, but I also have to agree with the internet when it comes to the conclusion that there really isn't a decision in the game which makes you feel like that you're head over heels about to fucking die. Like, you get that shit dropped in immediately in the first game, you get that shit kind of in the fourth game, and I'm not even gonna talk about the third game because we'll get to that, but mainly in the second game, a lot of the decisions you make are just more so comical, and it's just very lazy. I wanted to believe that Luke would be a catalyst for the next Lee, but they didn't drive with that, you know, and the story was a bit all over the place, and there was the Carver thing, because it's The Walking Dead, and you gotta have a big antagonist, because that's what diversifies it, and makes it unique from the rest of any other zombie genre. Like, you look at George Romero's Dead series, and there isn't a big grand antagonist. It's just the survivors fighting against the dead. But with The Walking Dead, their main angle is that there is this great antagonist, the people who make the situation worse. So this series is fucking awesome, and I just love what they did with the whole zombie genre because I love George Romero's original Dead series, so this shit is great. Number 3, ironically, Walking Dead 3. This used to be my favorite game in the series. Now, I should clarify that by saying that I've played this entire series backwards. I was playing these games with my girlfriend and her sister, and they were playing the fourth game. That prompted me to think, okay, well, I should check out the third game to see how this connects to the fourth game, and vice versa. So I played the entire series backwards. So the third game used to be my favorite until I genuinely started to realize how lazy the gameplay was. I mean, you're not even playing the game. Okay? Like, the second game is pretty bad. You know, it's just basic point and click. But with the third game, there's barely any gameplay, and it is all about just pushing the story. When you're shooting zombies, you're not like aiming FPS style, you know, it's just like A, and that really is disappointing. And it makes me not want to play the game. I like playing a game that's kind of a game, kind of a story. That makes it interesting. This was just a flat out interactive story, and it almost kind of goes to the extent of being comparable to Plumbers Don't Wear Ties and shit from the 3DO, but I'm not trying to shit on this game that bad. I just love the story. You know, I love the twist with the brothers. I love Javier. I think he's a great character. I think Kate is also a great character. I know a lot of people on the internet say that she's annoying, saying that, you know, and she is, frankly. You know, she is annoying. But god damn it, she's the love interest, so of course she's gonna be a little annoying. There's a real fucking story going on here. People are dying. We're trying to survive. Why does this bitch want to find love? Because that's what life is. Love is a part of life. So I fuck with her character, you know, I think she's a good character. And I even love David. You know, the first time playing through it, I fucking hated him and actually wanted him to hate me. And that's exactly what I did because that's the whole point of this series. But at the same time, man, I love the character because I just love the brother relationship. I love Javier's father. I love even how Clementine is not a playable character, folks. I don't want to delve too much into this, but if you look at the first game, Clementine's not a playable character. You play as Lee. So realistically, what's wrong with playing as Javier? It's just a different story, and people don't like that. But I really do. And we are growing up in a time where the franchise is dominating. So we don't understand anthologies anymore. Different story based in the same timeline. That has almost become obsolete in today's medium. Number 2, Walking Dead 4. Now, obviously, this was my favorite game because it was the game that introduced me to the entire series. It is easily one of the best games out of all 4. You have the gameplay, you have more movement, you have things that you can figure out, and I love AJ. I mean, AJ is the selling point into this whole thing. AJ is the new Clementine, technically, and Clementine is assuming the role of Lee, and this is just a very emotional game. I don't think I can ever realistically play this without tearing up a bit, and, you know, obviously you can call me a fucking bitch, a fucking pussy for crying at this game starring, like, a 17-year-old girl, but you know what? How about you open up your goddamn minds, realize the genius in engineering of this fantastic game, which is being dissected by everybody in the medium and being respected as such. There is nothing wrong with feeling emotional about a beautiful story, because that, by the end of the day, is great fucking art. And in today's medium of throwaway TikTok bullshit Snapchat trash, this is something that will solidify its existence for generations. And that brings me to the core, the bottom of the barrel, the number one, the fucking first game. Literally the best fucking game. And I played it last. Literally the best fucking game, dude. And I'll tell you number one fucking reason why, is that it's the fucking cannibals. I did not see that shit, bro. I actually believed these guys were gonna help. You know, mind you, I even forgot I was playing a video game. I was that immersed in the story. I genuinely believed these people were gonna help. Oh my god, and it's hard, man. It's a hard game. And it's the first game. And it's just so well made. And that cannibal story, I mean, it really is just 10 out of 10 though, the entire time, up until the last fucking second in the game. Like, the game starts very chill, very calm. It actually gave me the same impression as The Sopranos when I first watched it. Like, with The Sopranos, I actually didn't think that this was a TV show about the mafia, because I saw this dude sitting in a chair talking about how he worked in waste management to his therapist. I'm like, this is The Sopranos? I almost turned it off. And then they cut to that scene where they're near the Route 4 208 exit in New Jersey in Paramus, and then he starts beating the shit out of that guy outside of that accounting building, and I'm like, oh, yeah. It's the same thing where the guy was in the car, he was going to jail, and I'm like, God, this is fucking boring. I'm like, I gotta sit in a car and talk to this guy, this cop, and then boom, hits a zombie, you're stranded in the woods, apocalypse, you're gonna die, boom, hop fence. Clem, you know, and the whole story just catapults into success. And it's up until the last moment. Clementine now has to shoot Lee. Like, this game is 100 miles an hour all the time, and he keeps you stimulated, pumped. And I'm telling you, man, that cannibal shit was out of this world. It was fucking different. It was a different game by that point. It showed no fucking mercy, bro. The way the second game shows no mercy in the beginning by killing Omid is the way that game introduces itself via the cannibals coming in. Alright guys, that's my favorite Walking Dead games from worst to best. Make sure to enable ad block to take ads off this video, and have a great day.